Okay, we are going to find the center of pressure of our rocket, and let's take a look at what that actually means. So if we're looking at our rocket from the side view, the center of pressure is going to be found by looking at the profile of the rocket that's tracing the outer edge, the perimeter. And that's kind of like figuring out where the wind pushes on it. If the wind were pushing on one particular spot, would be the equivalent type of force, a concentrated spot. Where is that spot? So what you want to do is open up one of your sketches. Doesn't matter which one because they're the same in terms of their profile. Even though the slots are different, we're more concerned with the outside. We want to make a copy of this. So let's go File, Save As, Save Copy As. Let's make sure we know where we're saving it. I've got a folder called Rocket, which is in my documents. And you want to make sure it's an IPT file. So sometimes Inventor changes it to a PDF, thinking you want a PDF. So make sure it's an IPT. And then at the end of the title, you could have the exact same title, but then write center of pressure. Okay. And I'm going to hit save. And now I'm going to make sure I open that file because this does not say center of pressure, so that's not the right file. So File, Open, and I should have one in here called center of pressure. This is it right here. Just going to open it up, ignore all those warnings. Okay, so here's my sketch. We're going to modify it. We're going to right-click, Edit Sketch, and use the Trim tool to delete a whole bunch of lines. And if it won't let you delete a line, you delete the dimension, and then it will, whoops. I'm hitting Escape, by the way. Turn on that Trim tool again. So we can delete all these dimensions. Again, this is a copy, so I'm not too worried about it. But we don't want to change the shape or the size of it. So I'm just deleting those dimensions so I can now trim. And I'm actually going to delete the lines at the bottom as well. And now draw a single line going across like so. And then I have my sketch. Okay, finish sketch. I'm going to extrude it. The thickness doesn't actually matter. We're concerned more about the area. All right, so what we're going to do is find the center of pressure. So there's a trick to doing it. You go to View, Center of Gravity. Would you like to update it now? Okay, and that's it right there. View, Center of Gravity. Now we're going to figure out the exact location of that. Okay, so we're going to come up here in the browser, and here's our part, that blue cube. We're going to right-click and hit Eye Properties. That's a left click on Eye Properties, and then go to Physical and click Update. Okay, and then after you do the update, click on Center of Gravity. Well, actually, looks like it has it here already. So it says my X value is 2 and my Y value is 3.912. I'm not concerned about the Z value, that's the depth. So 2 inches to the right of the origin and 3.9 inches above the origin. So I'm going to close that. And that makes sense. Let's open up our sketch and see why that makes sense. Okay. So again, the X dimension, this right here is this line follows the x-axis, right? Just think about your algebra graph. So here's the x-axis, and it said the center of gravity was 2 inches over. And that makes sense because that puts us exactly in the middle of the rocket. And it said it was 3.9 inches up. Let's put a point at that location. Let's put a point. Where is point? Here you go, point. And let's drop in a point, and then we'll actually dimension it. We'll say the location of that point is 3.9. I believe it was 1.2. And horizontally, I think that point's already locked in. 2 inches. So there's that point. finish sketch. And we can't really see, I think that when I hover, I don't think that's that point, but that's the location precisely. So edit sketch. So again, there is my center of gravity right there. If you wanted to, I guess if you wanted to, you could draw a small circle on that point. Finish sketch, and now you'll have a hole. Let's edit our extrusion, edit feature, and let's make sure we only extrude this part right there. Okay. And there should be a little hole. Yep, there's a little hole right at the center of gravity. There's the little hole that I made. So that's the exact location. So your job is to figure out what is the center of pressure. Yeah, to make your rocket fly straight, you really want the center of pressure to be much lower than the center of gravity, the center of mass. So when you hung your rocket from a string to figure out the center of mass, you want that point to be much higher, and you want this point to be lower relative to the center of mass.